What an awesome video. Hello, everybody, and welcome to England. If you are here tuned into this stream on Twitch, or if you're joining us here live in person, it's for one reason, and one reason only, and that is Team Fortress 2. The NEC here in Birmingham is the setting, once again, as the best in the world, going to be facing... The best in the world will be competing this weekend. We'll get that music off. The best in the world are facing out this weekend as part of I-61. You know all about it. You saw the intro video. We have 24 teams facing off this weekend in Birmingham to prove that they are the best in the world. We are still going strong as a community. TF2 has been here since 2007 when it was released at I-Series. Despite what the internet may tell you, we're still here, folks. Let's see. We've got teams that are facing off for their share of the prize pool, which is £7,500. More importantly, though, they want the right to say that they are the best in the world. We've got a thrilling weekend for you overall. We're super pleased that you're here with us. We, as always, have a fantastic lineup of casters and analysts as well. My name is Getawell, and I'll be your host this weekend as we take you through it all. I want to mention some of our sponsors. We'll be talking a little bit more about them as we go through the weekend. GT Omega, Linksys, Slingshot Cartel, Ice Cream for Crow, and Logitech. The group stages are what we're dealing with here today. Beginning today, Friday, we're going to work through those group stages. Double elimination playoffs will be happening later this evening. And then as well tomorrow, Saturday. And then Sunday is going to be the grand finals. They're going to be played live on the esports stage. We've got main stage here again. That's going to be at 3 p.m. local time on Sunday. So we've got a lot for you guys. We're just really thrilled that you're here once again. It's I-61 TF2. Without too much further ado, we're going to kick it over to two of those casters that I just mentioned. We've got Ro, we've got Ombrack. Take it away.
Good morning, evening, afternoon. I don't really know where you are in the world, ladies and gentlemen, but we are here at I-61 ready to watch this first game of Ascent.EU versus Weebtunnel. Ombrack, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm really happy to be there with you, with everyone else that is at LAN. This is going to be great.
Yeah, I agree.
There's so many good teams and so many players gathered there at Birmingham at the NEC, and this is going to be amazing.
I agree.
Spoiler alert, stay tuned.
Spoiler alert, yeah. If there's going to be any spoiler tonight or today, it's going to be a great event. That's your spoiler. We got our two maps for the open stages, the group stages right now. Not the open group, but just every stage for this first day is for seeding. So there are only two maps going to be played every round, and that's going to give us a way for the teams to figure out, you know, who's the best. So teams can tie. They could win one map and lose the other one. So speaking of maps, our first maps are Snakewater and Process for this battle between Ascent.EU and Weebtunnel.
Pretty classic maps. I think we're off to a good start. Like, I think teams wanted to start with something they were familiar with, so no wildcards such as Recon or Product. So we should be... Team wants to have some comfort zone when they start the tournament. Again, this is the first game everyone is going to play on the the first official of the tournament for every team. So yeah, team want to get in touch, have the feeling of the atmosphere. Want to not get too much disturbed by the noise or the people around looking at them. So yeah, pretty standard maps, but yeah, again, it should be really good, and I'm really excited to see, especially Process, which is personally one of my favorite maps.
Yes. Well, let's talk about Snakewater since that's our first map. We're waiting for the players to ready up and the map to change in the server right now, so we should be going live hopefully soon. Snakewater.
A classic among the classics. It's 5 CP.
Yes, it's gone through many changes through its history. It once had a drop down. Everyone remembers those good old days. But now there's no drop down. It's just normal window with a ramp and everything going on in the action there. Snakewater itself, most of it's been unchanged except for the drop down. It's very famous for stalematy last pushes, where it's very hard to retake second. And what are your thoughts? What are you feeling for Snakewater?
It's a cool map. I think it's a cool map to see these two teams playing each other, because we haven't talked about seeds yet, but these two teams are kind of close when it comes to seeding. Ascent is top half of the 8 teams in Invite. Weebtunnel Tactics is slightly above average. So again, classic map that just goes to show how well these two teams can fare against each other, and if they lose today, it's not the big deal. This is about seedings for the brackets, but starting off to a strong start can maybe like pull you in a really good position. And Snakewater can do that because if you manage, like if you're Weebtunnel Tactics, you're the underdog there. But if you manage to get an early round or maybe a 2-round lead, then you say that it's a really stalemate map, and maybe you can sell it forever and just win the map. So Snakewater is really interesting because it could really be like the first upset of the weekend, just on the first map.
Yeah, and like you were saying, I think it's a momentum thing. If you win the first map, you're like feeling really good. This is the LAN setting. You've proven that once you get past those obstacles of playing online, you have what it takes to be the top team. So I think whoever wins the first round, I'm going to just say it right now, whoever wins the first round, I think is going to take the first map.
Whoa, that's a
very bold statement.
prediction. But why not? I mean, I could totally go for that because this is LAN. Anything can happen. We should, I think, unless it's like first seed versus 8th, we should forget everything about who has the advantage because many people there haven't been to LAN before. This is the first time experience, and LAN is so different from online experience. You have noise, you have people watching you, you have people pushing you over when they pass through the aisle and just making you drop. I don't know what can happen. This can go wild. And yeah, LAN is so different. So you said it, maybe Ascent should be favorite, but what happened if you lose a round? What happened if you tilt? What happened if you yell at your teammates? Because they're just beside you. They will see you if you get tilted.
Exactly.
So there's so many
outside
factors that can turn the game into something completely wild. LAN is something really different from anything else.
Yeah, that was one of the main things a long time ago. Some beef with Seagull when he was playing. There were some other players who were messing with him while he was still in the middle of a match. And I don't think that's going to happen ever again. That was a very serious offense. But what you're saying is like people walking through the aisles, bumping into people, all these different things. It's really difficult to adjust to that setting, is having players behind you watching you. If you're a good player, you got to get used to that idea that there are people right behind you all
judging you.
Yep. That's a good pipe. Oh, why would he jump there? Those kind of things, But I'm being told by our production staff that we're going to be going live very shortly. They're just readying up. So we're going to our first map of Ascent.EU versus Weebtunnel Tactics?
Exactly.
Okay, I'm just calling them Weebtunnel for now. But we are getting the server up very momentarily. This is going to be Snakewater map.
Man, I can't wait. This is the first map of the I-61.
Yeah, this is the beginning.
We have to realize what is going on right now.
This is where it all starts. This is how we get to it.
And if we're hyped, imagine the players. Like, so many of them, this is their first LAN. So they're I'm pretty sure they're thrilled, but they're really stressed out as well. So it's going to be really, really, really cool map and really different experience for everything you could have seen like on Essentials.ts so far. So yeah, it's going to be again, I'm really excited to be here, and I really can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, who are the players you're most excited for? We're about to go live, but who's the players you're most excited for?
I want to see Elacor. He's
Elacor
filling in for Ardiski on the moment, and he has really crazy pipe. He's been called a cheater quite a few times before. So yeah,
but we're at LAN now. He can't be a cheater.
Yeah,
well,
exactly. He has to prove himself
be a cheater,
now.
But no, he won't be a cheater. We'll be confirming it here. Those insane pipes going to this first mid of the I-61 series for Team Fortress 2. We're going to be going at Jimbot. Getting to mid a little bit faster. No, just getting to the health pack roughly the same time. Jimbot taking a shot over the... Going to connect to both scouts, Sorix and Kradu. So they're going to be losing that buff that they had. And Ignis is waiting in the kitchen room, getting ready to strike. As soon as he has the opportunity, he's waiting there. Over on top, we do see Samsky spamming away. Doesn't want Tops to get in. Big bomb from Polygon to knock the scout off the point. Ignis is still waiting so patiently. And now the first blood goes to Kradu as he takes out blood. His follow-up bomb from Samsky. Going to get onto the scout, chasing him out of the window there. Holding control of Saw is really big, but there's still a demo man behind. He's cut off entirely. Jimbot rotating underneath. Going to meet up with the scout. Throws a sticky to defend against it, but it's not going to work. Sorix, all he can do, but no, Elacor finally threads that needle.
Yeah, really conservative mid for both teams. They all decided to go for the passive style, waiting for the aggression. That never came, so in the end, Polygon just decided to go in. And we're going to say that Kradu got the first frag of I-61, so props to him.
There you have it. Kradu opening things up with that great initiation and follow-up. We do see Ayat Gink. It's a very mouthful name. sniping right now from the sidelines of this lobby, trying to get eyes on the player. Elikor going to be peeking a very shortly. Headshot right away onto the demo man, getting taken down. So that's going to lead the way for the pushback. They have Uber, so they will be able to work through this. There are no sticky traps to worry about, so they can work their way through the lobby right now. We do see Polygon actually going to be able to take on the sniper, Ayat Gink. And as a result, they're going to back off, but I think that was a mistake. Demo man down. What do you do?
Yeah, Yaging tried to pick really aggressively onto the lobby, and that was a correct play because it was such a short window. He could have got a shot on Babs, but now the Ubers are even, and the fact that Yaging wasn't going in, it's fine. Again, it's the beginning of the map. Maybe you just want to test your opponent, see how well they play, how solid they are. So he was decent. But look at Weebtunnel tactics. They're going so aggressive onto the lobby, protecting their sniper. They want to get a maybe hero shot from Yaging, I don't know, but this is really, really risky for them. Look at Yaging, he's already kind of weak. And Ascent is playing really defensive from outside of the lobby. Look at Babs. She doesn't want to pick. She doesn't want to get headshot by Gink. She doesn't want to have the first drop of the game. So yeah, it's going to be now a battle of attrition. They're going to spam Samsky and Polygon, trying to get their way into the lobby and maybe get an early frag so they can have a free entry onto the last.
Samsky waited underneath right now, making sure no one from the side of red, which is going to be Weebtunnel. Weebtunnel's on the red team, Ascent is on the blue team. Samsky gets taken down though, waiting in that underneath area, gets cleaned up by Tobbs, who's making his way over to the jumping over the bridge, getting onto the medic, but cannot get in there. So much spam and all the scatter shots slowing down his push. Ignis going to get taken down right away, but Jimbot takes down Sorix as he walks through the lobby. Good sticky trap.
And Samsky has respawned on Sniper, so it's going to be a sniper duel maybe between Yaging and Samsky. Yaging has been to the spy, but I'm assuming... No, he's actually going for it. I thought he was going to check for off-classes, but look at Yaging. He's onto the lobby. He's making his way to the second point. He's going to try to go for Babs and get a backstab. And I'm not sure Ascent expects that, because Samsky's on Sniper. He wants to go for the duel, but when there's no Sniper, what do you do? And I think they're just going to wait there forever, and Yaging will have all the time in the world to call the Ascent position to his teammate, and maybe trying to go for the hero play onto Babs.
Yeah, I did notice Elikor was spamming some pipes left and right, keeping an eye on the back end. He is very aware of the spy potentially, because he's been doing nothing but turning around this entire time. So they're making their way into the lobby. Samsky now underneath, trying to get an angle. There is a small window from the lower angle, but does not find it. Yaging very close now to an opportunity to jump down with the medic, who's now rotating underneath with the rest of the soldier, and Sorix also getting in the fray there. They're working their way over to the drop down, but there's a sticky trap right above it, so if they're not careful, they could get dropped. Ignis is going to get the first frag on it. Samsky, but Elikor quickly takes down Yaging, trying to take advantage of that distraction. Elikor gets taken down by the Jimbot Pipe, and now with that, it's going to be Tabs picking up on the Polygon. That's so many players down on the side of Ascent. They're crumbling, and Kradu and Sorix, the only players alive, going to be running away from this fray, getting out of the saw room while the recap is happening on the side of Weebtunnel.
Sorix is under. Maybe he's going to try to go for the flank play with Kradu onto the cheese, but they're not going. But what a play by Fee. He picked really aggressively onto the lobby, piped everyone, got Ilakor and got Babs really, really weak. She decided not to use, but Tobbs came with the clean up rocket and get the first drop on the land. And now Weebtunnel tactics going really aggressive onto the water trap by Ilakor. He gets 2 frag and completely shuts down the push from Weebtunnel tactics. This is going to be over now from Weebtunnel tactics. The Uber not being used, but this is a dreadful Uber, and now this is going to be a reset for Ascent, and now they have a window to push if they're quick enough.
What an incredible turnaround on the side of Ascent. They are now going to be working their way to point here, clearing off any of the potential ne'er-do-wells sitting in the bats. Ignis and Tabs do not want to get into his Tobbs, not Tabs. Tobbs backing out now. And the recap has happened on Ascent. They have small ad, but not enough to push on, I believe. 20% is not even close. 10%.
Yeah, sometimes Ascent are well built, but they didn't went for it this time. I think they just assumed Ubers were even and it wasn't worth the trouble. Yaging is again off-classing. This time he's on the heavy, so it's going to be a heavy hold for Weebtunnel tactic. But Uber is used on the right side onto Sorix and Ilakor. They thought they had the Uber ad, but no, this is even. The Ubers are traded and Polygon is juked away. Sorix dies to P, going really aggressively again onto the lobby. Maybe he can get someone else. Polygon dies, but Mentig gets taken down by some stickers from Ilakor. This is a complete salvation for Ascent after a really bad push, and maybe they can reset on point and actually push with a Uber advantage of the next one.
Yeah, right now Ascent sitting at a huge advantage, and they do have that sniper in play on the side of Kradu, who's got an angle on Cheese, but it's not going to make a difference because everyone on last, everyone from Weebtunnel is on last because their medic had to respawn there. They have a full defensive lineup here between the Sentry and the Heavy, as well as nothing but stickies on the point, so that actually gives a lot of freedom with this Uber push. They don't have to pop right away, but they don't know that. They don't know where the stickies are. They're working their way to the ramp, deciding between drop down or the shutter. They are going to be working their way to the shutter now. There are no stickies to worry about. They pop right away. Getting onto the Sentry is the Scout, chipping away at it for just a moment. Finally, gun goes down. The Heavy has rotated behind the truck, is revving up that Tomislav, trying to get onto the head, but gets taken down by the Elikor pipes. Sorry, it's going to be the first exchange. Tobbs getting 2 shots with a great air shot, getting cleaned up by Kradu. Actually, Samsky there. Kradu is on the sniper, getting an angle up. The red team, Weebtunnel, is all the way on the side. They still have their heals available to them, working their way over. Babs rotating now out with Elikor because they are the only players alive. Sticky's getting juggled all the way on the carpet. Juggling the player, drops 2 players. Jimbot doing an amazing job there. Did Babs get Uber there?
I didn't realize, but he is amazing. Jimbo, what a game he's pulling off right now. He's completely carrying his team. It's really impressive. One word about that push. Ascent really regrets having a sniper on this one. They have full Uber ad, and you want 2 scouts to push on that. But so Kredu had kind of a misread on the situation, and that was why the push failed, I think. And now Top is leading his team really aggressively onto the top. He's jumping. He's getting countered by Samsky, trying to go for Manti, but Yagging cleans the Roma. And now Ascent has to give up the middle. This is a free point for Manti and his team. And now they have the Uber charge, and they should push onto the second really quickly with a 70% ad.
Huge ad and the number advantage. Samsky just now respawning. A lot of sticks being thrown around by Elikor to slow down this cap. Polygon is on the pipe, about to make his way to potentially go for a bomb here on Menti. They do recognize where he is, and a follow-up from Ignis is going to slow things down. Finally, Elikor manages to get a retaliation onto Jimbot. With no demo alive, they are going to look at contesting this, forcing off the Uber. They are only 4 seconds away from getting this Uber off, and Polygon now rushing forward. He's on top of the fence, just spamming at them before the force finally happens. Elikor is ready to rock back in through the battlements. The Uber is forced off on the side of Ascent. They're pushing in. Sorex is desperate to get in there. Kradu manages to finally pick up the medic, and it's a clean sweep. Samsky may be able to pick up Tobbs and Bloodus, but it is Ayek sitting in the window. Sees an opportunity to go for a back cap here.
He's going in. He hasn't spotted by Kradu yet, but Samsky can see him. 2 rockets from Samsky. He cleans up Yagging. Elikor, what a play, taking out Jimbo, who was on a roll. That was really crucial pick, and that gave his team the opportunity to hold the second. And team Menti has died, so now it's Pab who is sitting on a 50% ad. They auto push for free maybe onto the second floor, and they try to get to the last with the Uber ad. But someone is Ignis is jumping up in the air, is trying to get for Pabs, but he gets cleaned up by Elikor. And yeah, now this is gonna be a Uber for Ascent.EU, and they gotta push with that with a full cookie cutter lineup and the 60%, 40% ad.
Yeah, they'll be ready to go right now through the left side. They don't want to wait. Note, they were opting to go back through the shutter once again, but there are no sticks to worry about. Maybe they can kite the Uber for just a little bit longer. We do see the pipe spin coming in, forcing off. Samsky jumps in, but is getting battered by that Sentry knockback. So much work here from the Sentry. Finally goes down from Samsky. The follow-up on from Tobbs is going to juggle the Demo Man and get a little bit of damage on the Samsky, but it's not going to be enough. Finally, we do see Jimbot pick up the Polygon. Kradu also getting picked up by Jimbot, walking his way through the shutter, catches Samsky, juggled in the doorway, and now Jimbot down. That's going to be a repush from Ascent at any moment once they get in.
Okay, remember when we talk about how LAN is different for new players, I think this is the spot where Ascent is right now. They had Uber ad, but they had to check for off classes, but they just decided to rush in and they didn't see the Sentry. And that's twice now that the off classes from Weebtunnel Tactics make the difference. So I think Ascent just need to calm down, just play like they can do it online, and it will be fine. Now the Uber is used from under onto the Demo Man and onto Polygon, but they don't jump on the same position, so there will be no focus seconds. But Polygon gets 2 frag onto the flank onto Ignis. That should be a first round. Only Tobbs is alive, and that's it. Ascent.EU takes the first round of the LAN. That's 1-0 for the Ascent.EU.
Very strong round for both players, taking up 10 minutes to finally get our first round and our first winner of this map. Snakewater. We're now going to be seeing the brief little moment to do this. This is TF2. I'm from North America, so I'm not familiar with this. This is a great design. They have 15 seconds before the round starts to just talk about what they're going to do, what happened in that round, and now the players are ready. The roll-outs are ready to roll, and we'll be getting live into this battle. Once again, we're going to be getting eyes onto the Demo Man here with our split-screen action. Elikor getting to the lower pack before Jimbot even gets to the pack and saw. Jimbot now shooting stickies over the side. Doesn't connect onto the scout right away, but Elikor is making his way over to the left side. Sees the King, not going to get a shot there. Samsky once again waiting in that kitchen for an opportunity. Ignis jumps up. Both soldiers are sitting up top. They're getting spammed out very hard. The arrows flying in to heal them back up. Jumping into Polygon is Ignis, who's now working his way over to the right side. A follow-up bomb for Polygon, going to immediately take down Menti, and Menti is no longer in the equation. No heals whatsoever, but Sorex is the only one alive to defend Babs, while Polygon might get cleaned up over at the Saw. Solo manages to pick up the health pack in the Saw room, and the repush is coming in. Kredu creating such a distraction. On top of it, getting onto tops, finally Polygon picks off that frag, and it is the last player alive. It is a clean sweep, and Ascent take their second mid.
So this time, Weebtunnel Tactics tried something to do something different. They had both soldiers on top, trying to do maybe some kind of early aggression, helped by Menti's arrow, and it kind of worked because Samsky was the first casualty. But then the corner drop from Polygon was completely bonkers. Like, he killed Menti right away, and then without heals, it's getting really hard to win the middle. So well played from the pocket, and it gives Babs a 100% Uber ad pushing onto the last. Bloodis is on heavy, so we know how Ascent struggled versus her classes so far.
Yeah, all those bullets flying on the last point makes it a little bit harder for the soldiers to jump their way in. Once again, they're opting to go through the shutter. That's worked for them in the past. Now they can pop the Uber right away. Sorks rushing for the heavy. They've rotated off and made their way to the truck, where they've kited the Uber immaculately, but Polygon's on the point. Finally gets cleaned up by Tobbs, who is very low on health. Desperate to slow down these players. Gets cleaned up by Kredu, who is now working his way over to the point. He sees Yankee. He's going to try and take some shots, backs off because Samsky is taken down. Falls up. 1 HP is all that's left. 2 HP for Yankee. It is just one player left alive, and Bloodis swaps off to the scout, manages to save the round.
So it's, in one way, it's another good hold from Weebtunnel Tactics, but I don't, Ascent has to change something in that tactic, because they've tried to push from the right door 3 times now. It failed 3 times in a row, but Elikor and Polygon are trying to retake this middle, but Polygon is denied by the soldier. Elikor is just bullied on drive, so maybe Ascent should retreat now. But Samsky with the full bomb onto Menti gets the frag, helped by Kredu. And without heals on the Weebtunnel Tactics side, it should be an easy fight for Ascent.EU. Babs is healthy, she's not getting shredded by anyone. Yagik is on the flank, hasn't been spotted, I don't think so. Yeah, he's on Chillax now, and he's gonna retreat. It's gonna be a free frag maybe from Polygon and Sorex. He dies, and now Ascent pushes Weebtunnel Tactics Black without any defense. A heavy is up by Blue. What a frag for Polygon onto Menti, gets the medic, and the demo dies. That was a clean round. They managed to salvage the situation after their first poor push onto last, and Ascent.EU just gets 2 rounds on the lead now.
Ascent leading the boards right now for the Snakewater map. We're going into this new mid. What do you think Weebtunnel has to do right now?
Weebtunnel Tactics has to do something more aggressive. They have to take the control of the game, because they're 2 rounds down now, and you said it can be really stalemate-y, so they have to try. They have to win this middle and probably try something really, really aggressive right at the start.
I want to keep my eyes on the soldiers, Ignis and Tobbs, once they get to the mid-fight, because I want to see them initiate right away instead of waiting inside of the kitchen room for that initiation. They are the initiators, not the scouts. We do see Elikor now working his way up to the right side. Samsky very close to the kitchen door here, spamming shots across onto the Jimbo. Over here, healing up, not opting to go forward yet, waiting for the soldier initiation. Finally, we do see the bomb from Tobbs, getting onto the Devilman. So much pressure onto Elikor. Ignis is also right behind, getting onto Babs, but it's not going to work. He's going to be making his way around. Tobbs gets taken down, but Jimbo is going to get a shot onto Samsky. Polygon is fighting off Ignis all the way in second, and I think Weebtunnel has managed to take this mid because all of Ascent is backing out.
Look at the health on Weebtunnel Tactics. Everyone was like half HP, but yeah, we've mentioned that they had to go really aggressive to win this mid, and they did it. They had poor focus targets because no one from Ascent died early, but it worked out because they got the mid. But look at Ascent, they're trying to go in. They force the Uber out of Menti. Polygon dies to Stickies. That's not good for Ascent. The Ubers is finally used by Babs, and maybe they can get, if they can get 3 now, it's gonna be a GG, but Jimbo gets Kredu. Maybe it's looking really dire, I think, now for Ascent. They're 2 down, 1 score, 1 soldier down. They maybe should retreat. Even though with a Devilman down, maybe they can make their way back into the middle.
Weebtunnel now very low on split it, strung up. You can say Menti gets a shot onto Sorex though. Cannot take down the medic, so Menti is going to stay alive for just a moment longer. But Yaking is getting juggled by all these soldiers and is thankfully going to be able to make their way out. They do get the forward spawn, so Jimbo is going to be up, and they look like they want to fight this. I think this is a mistake. They're going in, but Jimbo's getting some shots off. Polygon very low on health. Follow up from Samsky, who's also getting very low. Gets a nice shot on Bloodis, but gets taken down by the pistol. And now, with that initiation, Yaking has to stay alive, or they could lose this. Good turnaround on a dime. Elikor gets a shot on Bloodis, takes him down right away. And now we do see Weebtunnel is still fighting this. They're committing to this, but they don't have to. What is happening?
I think the passion of LAN has taken over. This is a DM server now. The fight never ends. It's Ascent.EU finally gets the meat from Polygon. That's a really crucial pick because now they're gonna get the forward. Uber is used from Menti and are traded with Babs as well. This is looking really, really dire for Weebtunnel Tactics. They're on the back foot. Menti dives to Sorex, who was chasing onto the medic, and now without heals, again, this is going to be really hard for Weebtunnel Tactics to hold. But Yagik is at the backyard. He's trying to go for. Oh, it's smoking! It's get owned by Elakur. That was insane! And with this frag from Elakur, this is maybe the first highlight of the LAN.
That was an insane pipe from Yakink, who was strafing like a madman in the air, soaring through the sky, and was not able to finish his flight plan. It got canceled by Elakur there. We do see some initiation from Samsky, who's getting behind already onto the shutter. Jumps in, gets a shot on Menti, juggles him as much as he can, but cannot clean it up. So much damage, but couldn't finish that frag off. Menti's going to stay alive, and that's going to be crucial because although they have an uber disadvantage, they do need those heals. But
yes,
there is a sniper up.
Samsky shouldn't have gone there. I mean, look at the Ubers out. 50 out for Babs.
He shouldn't have fed.
Why is Samsky dead now? He should have helped his team because now they're going to wait for him. Or maybe someone called a bad Uber. It's possible as well, but this should have been the free round for Ascent, and now they're just going to retreat onto second. They're just going to stall it. Maybe it's like 30 minutes left. Maybe it's not the time to slow the game, but I guess that's what they're going for now.
Yeah, things are slowing down here. Once again, I'm really disappointed with Jimbot's sticky situation. He just throws them onto the point instead of setting up traps above the shutter, above the right entry, below, because it gives them a free entry. And that's really not what you want to be doing as a demo man. You really want to deny them from getting the freedom to just walk through a choke point.
Yagink on Sniper is picking really aggressive onto the lobby, helped by his demo man in his pocket. He can't get the shot though, even though Polygon showed his head for a second. Again, this is going to be a battle of spam to the people who can spam the most. Credu dies to Bloated, but I think that was a sack, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Credu respawn on Sniper. And with one man down, Yagik is trying to get the window of opportunity to get maybe the hero shot. He goes from under, he sees the beam of the medic, but it gets cleaned up by Elakur, and it's going to be a reset for Weebtunnel Tactics. They have to come back now, they can't push anymore, and with Credu is actually back on Scout, so maybe they want to try something with the number advantage they have.
But it's going to be very short. I do see there's a spy in play right now from Bloodis, who's just kind of positioned himself in spawn, not really doing anything. Finally does switch off after checking all of the off classes on the side of blue. They are going to be going for the cookie cutter to push here, but they waited too long, and now the respawns are ready. So I don't know what they're hoping to accomplish here. We do see Polygon gets in from the drop down, getting a lot of damage. Polygon falls, Credu falls up, and manages to pick up Hobbs, and is finally going to get piped down by Jim. That is a very interesting initiation there. They could have gotten a little bit more there, but Credu was staying alive for so long.
If I'm not mistaken, Yagink, but Yagink gets another shot onto Babs. I was just about to say he got a crazy shot onto Poly on the airdrop, but he also got the medic, and it looks really dire for Ascent.EU now. Elaku is probably going to die to the demo man. And Sorex on the back line, can he do something? He kills Ignis, maybe he can get the... No, he gets killed up by Tops. That was a nice attempt from the Italian scalp, but now only Babs and Credu are alive, and Credu is trapped, so Babs is on their own.
2 shots is all it takes, but he misses it. He's one more shot to take it down. Menti, can he go down?
Oh, he gets him!
Very good job from Credu, staying alive all through that exchange. Nobody checked the corners. That was a big misplay on Weebtunnel Tactics. They did not need to lose their medic there, because now the repush is going to happen before they can even get the cap and the forward spawns. The spam is coming in through the saw room, going to be denying Babs entry, while Samsky is so far ahead. Finally jumps onto Jimbot, throws him into the air. Cannot clean it up though, has no scouts to chip away at it, and the cap does go off. Somehow Ascent let them cap mid. That was a mistake, I think.
There's some mistake the calls, because they're misreading the situation. It's been twice now that Samsky is commenting while none of his team is there with him, so I don't know if it's the Romo's fault or someone else in the team, but yeah, they gotta fix that, not only for this map, but also for the rest of the LAN. But now Babs is sitting on a 30% Uber ad, and Ascent is making their way through the server room. If they're quick enough, maybe they can get it, but the stickies are there. Will they get checked? Maybe not. Yeah, they finally get taken down by Sorex, and Menti is on 80 Uber. If they can kite the Uber for quite a long time, they maybe will be able to have it. Ignis is trying to go for it, because air shot by Elakur, and then instantly piped again, and this is going to be a free second point for Ascent. Babs really going onto the server room, 17 HP, she doesn't use the Uber and finally gets the back. That was a clear call for the Ocean medic.
Jimbo, though, is doing so much work here on his 6th kill on his kill streak. 7th goes to Samsky as Jimbot is just walking his way to the point, going to be initiating for his team, throwing us some stickies, trying to juggle Babs to force that Uber off, because now finally they do get it, and he manages to surf his way back.
Elacore, what a jump on the demo mine. You get 3 of them, 2 of them I mean, and now it should be a free push maybe for Ascent.EU if they manage to clean the they shouldn't take care about the demo mine, it's useless, they should go push on last. Top is really weak, and Ignis doesn't have any heals, but yeah, they finally, Sobex finally get the demo man, and now Elacore is leading the charge onto the left side of Weebtunnel's acting last. Tops, Ignis is taking the demo man, but will that be enough? It could be, because Tops is using the banner, it gets putting on, and plus is on heavy against Samsky. This is looking really dire for Ascent, who's falling back from under and should probably give up the second point.
Oh my goodness, exactly what you said there. They committed to Jimbo so hard to make sure that he would die that they lost their opportunity with the number advantage, and that clutch Battalion's backup was able to get that defensive boost to all nearby players and keep them alive to clutch out this round and hold on to it, because now Menti, still at a disadvantage, is going to be on second holding this with the rest of the team as they work their way to the grass. Sorek's working his way to the fence. Ignis taking so much damage, is going to wait for an arrow there patiently, finally gets it. Samsky jumping in, good damage onto Menti, who gets juggled, and a follow-up onto Blood is going to take him down.
They're all weak! Weebtunnel tactic, they're all weak! Ascent has to push now, they can clean up the damage. Elacore knows it, and he goes forward, he gets 1 frag onto Ignis, and now is the time maybe to take an easy fight with 4 versus 5 people. Sorex is making his way into the lobby with his teammates. Are they gonna wait for Yeah, they're gonna wait for Samsky because he has respawned onto the sniper, and there's gonna be a sniper duel between Yaking and Samsky, unless Credu doesn't care about it and goes for it. Yaking getting saved by 2 arrows from Menti. Nice play from the medic, and Credu escaped somehow. That was kind of a weird battle where no one died.
Yeah, nice little exchange. Credu once again overstepping his bounds, but didn't get punished for it. Samsky gets shot by Yaking, who is currently on that sniper. Gets shot and immediately retaliated by Polygon there, who is also going to be getting a little bit of help from Elacore to take down Ignis. So with 2 players down, this is going to be an easy push for them. 5 versus 4. They don't need to wait for the respawn. They're just going to be popping right away. A little bit of a juggle there on Elacore as he works his way to Menti. Menti finally forces off the Uber. Going to be pushing their way back. Tobbs getting eyes on the running away players. Falls onto Sorex. Jimbot going to get that frag though. Babs is disconnected though, and it's going to be exchanged here. Grabs a saw but cannot escape out the lower. Jimbot getting his 2nd frag here as they make their way out, because they got to be worried about a back half potentially here. There are players in position. Samsky sitting on the pipeline, going to be going for a bomb onto the battlements as soon as he gets the call out. Polygon's hiding under the bridge and sees the players going to get called out by Jimbo though, and probably taking out Samsky. Juggles the players in the air but cannot.
Menti leaves! Oh no, he finally dies. Nice cleanup cracks from Credu. Menti leaves to double bomb from the soldier, and now no scouts from only Sorex and Babs alive onto the Ascent.EU squad. Again, this has been a very messy fight. I don't know. It doesn't look like there's any kind of main calling onto Ascent.EU fight, because they should be able to take this fight way more easily, and now Menti died, so the situation is kind of the same. But look at Ascent, they're playing so aggressive. Polygon and Sorex trying to get their way back into the middle. Samsky's there, Yank is flanking onto the mid. He gets Yaking and Yimbot. Nice play from the roamer, and he's gonna give his team the opportunity to fight back onto the Weebtunnel tactics. 2nd point.
Very good flank from Samsky, rotating through the kitchen now, jumping onto the bridge, throwing these players back. The damage is so strong from all these players, they just need a little bit of a chip shot and they could clean them all up. Elacore now getting into the fray at the lobby, throwing some stickies over to the left side, slowing things down. We're going to be seeing an Uber advantage on the side of Ascent while they make their way to the push. Once again, through the shutter. Once again, no stickies slowed down. Samsky does a nice little jump there to get his way in, but he kind of just fed there, going for nothing. They have Uber advantage, and I don't think they know that.
Again, it's the 3rd time that happens now. They sacked Samsky in, even though they had full Uber ad, so I'm gonna just say it's LAN. It's for many of these players, it's their first LAN, so there gotta be some kind of pressure and misread of the situation. But maybe it's better for them if it happens now and not in the later stage of the fight. Look at Yaking go to the cheese.
So aggressive. Can he get the shot?
Can he get a shot?
No.
Oh, he can clean up.
That up. Yeah, I think I agree. I think people are getting used to the whole land setting, that this is becoming more of a DM fest for them. They're seeing my rockets are going instantaneously in front of me. I think they're focusing more on the DM and forgetting the core part of TF2, which is communication. Because we're seeing such a miscommunication, misread on the Uber, and all these other things going on. Tobbs building up that battalion's backup now. He will have that defensively if he keep getting the spam up. Right now he's getting shots on Elacore. They're rotating left and right. They didn't get the opportunity to work their way in with that pick on the Credu.
Samsky is waiting patiently onto the spy, trying to get the opportunity to backstab Menti. Looks like Ignis and Bloodis are suspecting something because they were shooting at empty area. But Uber is finally into Elako, really aggressively jumped into it and he finally gets it. Look at Bloodis just turning around instantly to get down Samsky, and Sorex dies as well. Another questionable Uber, but this is a kind of DM fight that never ends.
That's exactly what it feels like, but Kratos is currently in a position to rotate from underneath. Scout is going to be checking in and spotting him out. Kratos gets immediately cleaned up by Ignis, taking one little rocket to clean that up. And Babs now rotating over to the midpoint. Ubers are even for both teams, but the momentum shift is on the side of Weebtunnel Tactics as they make their way through the kitchen.
It's time to look at the timer. Only 4 minutes left, and the Weebtunnel Tactics they have to score 2 rounds if they want to take 1 point out of this map, because we're going to say it again, it's 2 points per map, and if they draw it, there's no golden cap, it's 1 point each. Sorex gets a frag, you don't want that to happen. Then Samsky dies as well into, I guess he's sacking, but it wasn't. In Elakur out of position, what is going on? This is really dire for Ascent.EU, everyone is dying right now, out of position. Babs falling mid HP, and now they got to retreat, they don't want to get caught off, and maybe trying to hold a proper defender to last. They shouldn't stay on second point now.
Yeah, Jimbo being at the point. Oh! Drop from Polygon as he makes the bomb. Able to clean that up, and now Weebtunnel Tactics have lost their advantage. Their Uber is gone entirely, and now we're going to be seeing them finally getting this cap at least. They need to slow down this play or get a retaliation drop, but right now, they don't even need to push out. They have a 2-0 lead with 3 minutes left. Jimbo jumping in now, going to be spamming some stickies onto the point. Samsky was jumping in, able to get cleaned up finally, doing some work. And Jimbo is going to go down. Ascent, they're retaking their second point finally. Or no, they're once again kind of really slow. They don't have to really do anything though. It's 3 minutes left.
Yeah, but they want to make more space possible between the other team and the last time. Really nice deny play from Samsky, who killed 3 players and completely shut down the retreat from Weebtunnel Tactics. And now Babs has 70% ad, so it's going to be maybe a free push onto mid, maybe a deep Uber onto Elaco and to Sorex, I don't know. But looks like they want to go from kitchen. Bloodis is there. They are cool, but Scar traded. Uber is finally used by Babs onto Polygon and Elaco, but nothing is actually accomplished with that Uber. Look at them, they're just going back because they've been flanked by pretty much all the team of Weeb Squad. And Menti dies with knife bomb from Samsky. That could be it for Weebtunnel Tactics. But now only Babs is alive, and the next spawners are there in 1 second.
Now it's going to be Kradu on the heavy and Sorex as well. Babs not getting the heals out of the buffs, so they could potentially get this cap now. Stacking onto the point, it's heavy. Kradu coming through, cleans it up finally, thanks to Sorex. Able to follow up, and that is it. I don't think they can do any more. That is a good defense at the last possible moment from Kradu. Very good job on that heavy.
Yeah, Sorex reclaiming the 2 first frag, and then Kradu onto the heavy, getting the 2 second one. That was a really nice play from the scout that just spawned at the right time, we'll say. And now it's all about honor and pride for Weebtunnel Tactics. They gotta make things right for the rest of their land, because so far they haven't been really successful in everything they have attempted. And Ubers are. It's an ad for Babs onto Ascent.EU, and looks like maybe Weebtunnel doesn't care. They just push it onto the left side onto Samsky. The stickies are there blown, but doesn't kill anyone. And even though the first frag is for Ascent.EU, maybe Weebtunnel Tactics want to stay in.
You see a lot of players hurt on the side of it. They're going to go rotate back in. Jimbo takes down Elikor. That is a huge pick, but they got to take down the sentry. Finally, Ignis cleans that up. Blood is rushing forward, going to force off the Zuber. There's about a minute left in this round. And it's Jimbo getting juggled by these players rushing forward. Can he get... No, he doesn't get out of the way, and finally gets cleaned up. Sorex now working his way through, going to rotate back for some heals. Babs throwing an arrow to Bloodis. I don't think there's enough time left for them to even take a round back. Kradu is going to be able to clean up Ignis. And a desperate repush is coming from the scouts on both sides. They're taking the heals, but Elikor is finally respawned, able to clean that up, and a follow-up pipe takes down Bloodis. So I think that's it. We got 50 seconds left, and they're going to be pushing their way to the second point now.
Yeah, only 3 up onto the side of Weebtunnel Tactics. Tom is jumping in, trying to get a frag, which he gets completely denied by both Kradu and Sorex, who just sat around their medic and reclaimed the frag. Jimbo is jumping in, trying to double, sticking on, but fails, and he's going to get cleaned up as well by Elaco, who's actually having a really good game as well. I just realized, but yeah, he reclaimed a lot of frags, and now this is what we call in Europe garbage time, where nothing can be done anymore, and it's all about logs.
Yeah. Ooh, nice shot on Ignis to take down Kradu. Gonna try and hit some more shots here. Once again, Polygon bombs in, able to juggle him up and finally claim that kill.
Menti flanking a team onto the bomb, but Uber has been used by Babs, so no risk is taken. And Elacore getting another frag for the log. So that's it. That's the first one for Ascent.EU on at I61. Kind of a comfortable win. I mean, they were kind of in control. But yeah, I think they were maybe expecting a larger victory. But in the end, it's group stage. It's everything you want.
So we'll be waiting for our follow-up for this next match coming up soon. It's going to be Process. We'll be going over analysis after this set between the two teams. That's when we're going to be going through our analysis desk over here on the couch, running us through everything they saw, what we can be talking about. We got a really cool setup coming up for the analysis section, but right now we're just going to be waiting for the maps to change. Ombrack, my friend. 2-0 lead from Ascent to take that round. They won the first round.
Yeah,
they won the map.
Yeah, you called it.
I called it,
yeah.
but it's
first.
They were the favorites to win.
Yeah, but still, we said maybe there would be an upset, so why not? But
yeah,
maybe we should take care.
It was a momentum shift though. When they took the first round, they were able to take the next round within 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So we do have the logs here on our screen. You don't even have to do that, Ombrack. It's right here.
Amazing.
Amazing. We have such a wonderful setup here. Looking at the damage, Jimbo.
Amazing. Yeah, we talked about him. Like, he was really impressive.
Top frag as well. It's
both,
all around.
Both Demoman's were actually pretty impressive. Like both top fragging and top damaging for both teams. Like Eloquent and Jimbo are just showing that when pipes land, when you shoot at them, they're actually quite effective.
Yeah, Demoman definitely gets the biggest buff when it comes to the stats because all of their weapons are ping based or it's much more impactful to have a pipe that instantly connects with whoever you look at, just lining up that crosshair. We are reconnecting to the server here very shortly, so we should be going live with Process once the team's ready up. What else do you see in the stats here? I mean, it's overall pretty even on both sides.
I see that Menti died 14 times while Bibe died 5 times. That's just a difference. And when you think about it, when the round difference is only of 2, but the medic have died like so many times differently, we said during the game that Ascent has so many opportunities, and that just goes to show it.
I agree with you completely. They misread the Uber so many times. When Menti dies, they don't keep track of when he respawned because then Samsky would jump in and die thinking he would go for a play when he could have just waited for them and they would have pushed with Uber in full numbers. So really big props to Babs for only having 5 deaths, but I think that speaks more to a sense lack of initiation.
Yeah, probably.
Because when you have that many medic advantages, you're not pushing on them. You need to be pushing on them. A difference of 9 kills should be a difference of at least 3 or 4 rounds.
But the thing is, we talked about noise at LAN. Maybe someone said, I killed the medic, but no one heard it, and they thought they didn't have the Uber. It's actually quite possible.
Like you say, a lot of factors can go into this. Overall, though, very good performance from the Demoman. I'm really impressed by it. And now we're going into Process here. We have the server up, waiting for the players to log in and ready up. I like to call Process a roamer's playground.
Oh,
it is so fun to
jump
around.
Only on rollout, because then you get shut down by Scout like pew 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 pew, and there's nothing you can do. And on the previous map, I was kind of disappointed by Bloodless and Yadging. They were both bottom damaging for their team, and I was expecting more from Yadging. He's a good scout. He's playing Prem last season. And he's a really good sniper, and we've seen that a bit. He had a crazy shot on Polygon, and then dropped Babs, and Process is a sniper map. So yes. I'm expecting Yaging to maybe step up his game, maybe play a bit more sniper than Scout. Who knows? But I think he is the player on Weebtunnel Tactics that has to step up if he wants his team to win.
Yeah, I agree with the sniper thing. I know it's common knowledge in Europe to run sniper to mid. It's very foreign to someone like myself, but I agree with it on Process of all the strategies for running sniper to mid, because you can get you have such a good sight line onto the people on the crates working their way towards the IT from the sewer. You just completely shut off an entire side of the map at a midpoint when you're a sniper, and I think Yakin can really do a lot of work here if he opts to go with that sniper.
And the strength of, in my opinion, the best players onto Ascent are the scouts. And Process, when you have good scouts, you can completely deny the aggression of soldiers. So I think Ignis and Tobbs are going to have a really hard time bumping into Babs, as they did on Snakewater, but maybe even more on Process. So I think, again, Yagink and Bloodis, both of them really have to step up, because we've seen that when it comes to fights, when it comes to regular gameplay, Ascent has the upper hand. So Weebtunnel Tactics has to propose, to offer something new, to bring something new to the table if they want to take these 2 points and tie the series.
So if you're just now joining us, the map series we have is just a best of 2, and it's for seeding purposes. For tomorrow, our official bracket, this is Ascent versus Weebtunnel Tactics.
Yeah, it's kind of a hard name.
Yeah,
you know.
it's a mouthful. Weebtunnel Tactics, who are currently down one map. If they can take this map, they both will be coming out of the series with 1 map to their name, and then by the end of today's games, we'll know who's won the most matches, and we'll break down the seeding from there based on the number of maps they won.
We didn't have time to talk about it in the first map, but just like put this team into context. Ascent.EU has been playing Prem last season. They were formerly known as Unexpected, and they got picked up by Ascent
Gaming
right at the end of the season, like 2 weeks before the season ended. And on the other side, Weebtunnel Tactics was formerly known as Lodi Squad, and they won high last season. So they're one of these teams that can pretend to a spot in Prem for next season. And so yeah, there's a kind of a gap between these 2 teams because one is an established Prem team, while the other is a more aspiring Prem team.
Yeah,
we've seen that on the first map, but again, I think we're gonna say that countless time during this event. But this is LAN, and LAN is the opportunity for a lower team to just flip the table and like be the underdogs that just cause upset everywhere and cause mayhem.
Yeah.
So again, yeah, Ascent won the first map, but that doesn't mean anything for the second one. And I'm pretty sure with the sniper, with the banner from tops, Weebtunnel Tactic has a solid shot to take the map. Yeah, I think it's a really fast-paced map, and maybe that suits Weebtunnel Tactics' play style a bit better.
Going to be having a lot of aggressive mids here, but I am very familiar with the slow process mid where players are just kind of mirroring each other's movements before finally one of the soldiers bombs in. So hopefully we'll be seeing a little bit more action at the beginning of the mid fights instead of those slow passive ones until somebody finally gets a frags, and then it's just a big blood battle afterwards. We're still waiting for players to get in. I do see all 6 in, so we should be readying up very shortly now. Ombrack, what do you think? What is it gonna take for Weebtunnel Tactics to turn the table?
So the sniper again, and one thing we haven't mentioned yet is Weebtunnel Tactics is one of these teams that uses both crits and quickie bomb launcher, which can be really good when you play correctly. And I know that P used that during the season, kind of effectively, and so maybe that's another kind of a surprise move that Weebtunnel Tactics can have. Unexpected knows how to play like this as well. They used to know when they had a Disky on the roster. Maybe less with Elako, is more like a pipe team moment more than a sticky one.
Yeah.
But yeah, sniper crits. Again, I think we have to see crazy stuff happening because this is LAN and because you can't really rely on proper gameplay if you want to win a team that is better than you on paper.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we're talking about whose player is going to step up, I want to say Jimbot again.
Jimbot, the player to look out for according to Ombrack. Players are readied up. They're going to be having their brief moment to talk about strats, and then we'll be going officially live as Elikor testing out his mouse there real quick before we get underway here. This is Process, map 2 of this set for our first match of the I61 series between Ascent.EU and Weebtunnel Tactics here at the mid-fight. We do see Jimbo. Is he going to go for the ramp slide? No one gets it except for Elikor, who's going to be getting to the mid much faster thanks to that little bump on the side of it, getting shots over to the top. Jimbo slowed down, waiting for an arrow here before he can walk across the sight line. We do see Ignis getting in position right now on top of the awning. Elikor trying to get some shots off. Ignis gets juggled before he can even do anything, and he might be the first death. Samsky drops to his death as well, so there are no soldiers on the side of Ascent, but that's not going to stop the rest of the team from pushing forward, and they're going to get dropped for it. Elikor, another death from Jimbo, who's cleaning it up very nicely. Jumps around the corner, throws a sticky onto Sorax, and is going to be wrapping through the side shutter to try and catch out Babs, who's getting chased down by Yakink, who's following very closely. The bomb is, the sticky connects onto Babs, but Jimbo's going to think better of it and back out.
Ascent tried to go for a really aggressive mid with both soldiers double bombing onto the enemy team combo, but they were somehow they were treated by scouts and Jimbot. I felt like they could have done something a bit better, maybe like some more variety in that jump, because Samsky and Polygon kind of did the same jump, like
not really surprising. But that was worth the try. And we've been talking about Yaking playing sniper, and guess what? He's playing sniper right now.
Yaking on that sniper, currently getting an angle down the lobby, does spot out Kradu, who he just walks right past it, and a ton of stickies, manages to stay alive for just a moment. Gonna get healed up, replenished, and back into the fray. We see Elikor, once again, lost all of his stickies, so he's gonna try and set up new traps anywhere he can. Elikor, very patient. Samsky now actually waiting inside of the lobby, has an angle to work with. Doesn't get noticed by Tobbs, and is going to walk through, juggle him into the air, tries to get the shot off. Tobbs is not going to follow his death. Bloodis is going to be able to clean up onto Samsky, though, so it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Ubers are even. They're working their way in. Yaking trying to get a sightline here from the lobby, but Kradu is lined up with a shot ready to go.
And now this is going to be a sniper duel. We didn't really see one previously. There was one, but Samsky got shut down really, really early. And now this is Kradu. This isn't Samsky anymore. So their Ascent doesn't have much to do. They have to take control of the lobby. It's Elikor what's Elikor doing right now, like landing sticky, so doesn't go as aggressive as he would. But now from Ascent, this is only about patience and just trying not to get picked in awkward positions. Kradu is gonna rotate to the left onto the sniper, trying to maybe surprise Yaking, and everyone from Weebtunnel been kind of far back. Another spy. I don't really like this position from Nancy, I might say. But Yaking wins the sniper duel, and that could be an entry pick for Weebtunnel Tactics.
That is exactly what they need. They need to also use Yaking in the lobby so he can keep popping off shots while they push forward. We do see them making their way through the rotation of the lobby, working their way to the ramp even, almost all the way to the battlements on last before even having to pop. Menti is disconnected though and rushing to the point. His blood is standing on the point, just going to cap it off. Kradu finally jumps onto the point, stops cap. The force has come off, and Ignis is going to be the first exchange from Polygon to make some moving shot. Pick that off. Jimbo is going to get cleaned up by Samsky, and that means no Demoman, get out. You cannot win this fight anymore.
And maybe Ascent can win it, even though the sniper is kind of a pain for Ascent because it can like completely deny one area. Is Ascent trying to go for it? Polygon is trying to pick from first up, but he realizes quite wisely that he shouldn't go there, and now both teams are just going to beat the Uber. It's an ad for Ascent, but if they're wise, they're not going to use that. They're just going to sit on their last. I think they could be pretty happy sitting on their last and waiting for Weebtunnel Tactics, because Weebtunnel Tactics, they've shown quite of a lack of, I don't know, initiative in their play and lack of variety. And Kradu gets Shimbotted. That could be a huge pick for Ascent. And Samsky getting another frag. That could be, and that should be, a push for Ascent.EU.
But don't deny Yaking, because he's still lining up that shot. He's going to have to de-scope, so not a fully charged shot anymore. He's going to have to back entirely here. And the Cat is going inside of Ascent's second, but Ignis is in position underneath the point. Decides to back out of IT instead of go for a play. Polygon's going to spot him out, and it's going to be a full reset.
And now Yaking being sniper is efficient for a second, because he completely like denied the choke area, and Feek and Jimbot, I mean, can maybe snipe spam as much as he wants. Yaking picking quite aggressively onto the choke. I don't really like the solution. It looks like he's gonna go over point and try to get a pick onto Nux unsuspecting medic, but Babs is walking across the spire, not getting picked by any sniper that could come from choke, and again, this is gonna all come down to Yaking. Can he land a shot?
Jimbot getting eyes onto the soldier there at the choke point, trying to make something happen here. Work his way into the second point here. Very aggressively, Elikor is going to retaliate with some little spam of his own. Krady's also rotated very aggressively into the IT, decides to back off instead. And finally you see some initiation in the sewer, opening up the shutter. It's going to be Yaking getting ready to take a shot. As soon as that shutter opens once more, it's going to be one fully charged shot on Sorix. Sorix takes the body shot. Going to get instantly healed up by Babs though. And rotation comes from Yaking, who's now going to be trying to grab Samsky or Sorix. Very close to the choke point. Takes a shot, does not connect it though. Very hard to shoot someone who just pops their head into the choke for half a second and leaves.
And again, Ascent looks pretty happy to just sit forever. This is really hard for them to make anything happen because they can't, because of Yaking.
Oh, Kradu was inside of IT trying to sit up top, but Ignis was smart for it and checked for it. Shot it and take it down. So now we do see Weebtunnel Tactics still 0-0 in this round, going to be working their way through the sewer. They do have a Battalions backup ready as soon as they get the charge filled. The pop is going off from both sides. Polygon can juggle it. Sorik's going to clean up on his Bloodus here, and chasing into the sewer is going to be Polygon as he juggles the players, but they're going to get out. Jimbo doing a very nice job of throwing those stickies down. Spots out Babs and is going to get chased by Sorix, who gets into the sewer but backs off. Thankfully, Jimbo is going to stay alive for just a moment longer. Menti gets taken down by Polygon, who jumped through the choke, and Ravs behind the shutter. Going to get cleaned up by Jimbo, but that's too little too late as now there's no medic, but Yakink going to be able to get a shot on Samsky there, sniping through the choke. Going to sit in IT now. Elokor is going to walk through, take a fully charged shot, but it's not going to be enough because there's no one there to clean up, and Jimbo going to get cleaned up by Kratos in the sewer.
Really nice push from Ascent. They were really cautious, and I like the way that they tried to use the aggressively to trade it onto the sewers and then take the fight because they had more numbers. They didn't have more numbers, but when you have a sniper in a DM fight, it's kind of hard unless he hits shots to win it. And yeah, I like the initiative and the risk taken from Ascent. Elokor jumping really aggressively into this fight just to lock down the first door, and so Yagin can't peek. And this is going to be a 3 point for Ascent and maybe a Uber. I mean, Babs has her Uber while Menti is only sitting on a 40% Uber.
The super advantage is such a big turnaround for this match, as now the pop goes off, Source rushing to the point. Gets headshot as soon as the flash comes off. Great timing from Yakink to clean that pick, but Menti is going to get piped by Elokor there. No heals on the side of it. Elokor gets a second pipe onto Jimbo. It's rushing to the point here. Can't make it happen though. Babs gets a nice shot into Bloodus. With that arrow is going to be able to keep the players alive. And now it's just Yakink coming in off the sniper class. Sam's going to clean up that round, and that is going to be it. 1-0 in the first 8 minutes of the second map in our first match.
Weebtunnel Tactics tried to use the sniper, but it took a bit of time for Ascent to just, take the measure of it. And once they had, they just rolled through the last. And once again, I think Elokor was one of the players into the Ascent group that really led the charge and piled up the damage. And he's really an important player in the way Ascent is playing right now.
We're now going into our next mid, the second mid of this match. Once again, we find Weebtunnel Tactics are behind. Not winning that first round. Elokor once again getting that little surf off the lip of the choke. Making his way over to Jimbo. He spots out the spam, but Jimbo gets the better of it, taking down Elokor right away. That's going to be a full retreat call from Ascent. They do not want to lose any more players. And that mid is immediately taken by Weebtunnel Tactics, work their way through the IT to potentially push this before the Ubers even happen.
Samsky gets flanked super on the flank by Bloodus. The second I press Elokor, he gets completely obliterated by Jimbo. That was a kind of a weird situation from the Demoman to die so early to the other Demoman stickies. But now, with Tops and Ignis died, there's no soldier for Weebtunnel Tactics, that's no spam. And Ascent knows it, they're just walking through the choke, uncontested. Both cards from Weebtunnel Tactics are on top, but just getting spammed out by Elokor, who is going really aggressively over point, getting a bit challenged by Jimbo, but not enough. And Ignis is actually kind of weak as well. This is going to be another battle of spam. Maybe if one medic hits the arrow better than the other one, it could give the edge to its team. But now, Ascent is wisely retreating because they couldn't win this fight anymore. The big bomb is coming, but it was just, yeah, it's Ignis, he's there, he's trying to go for Babs, but she jukes and he kills himself. And will Ascent just take the free pick to walk on 2 mid?
Polygon with a fast bomb. Jogo's Menti onto the crate, but cannot finish it off. But Jimbo was a death during that exchange. Sorg just peeked his head in and was able to clean up Jimbo with no stickies. There's nothing to fear, and instead is going to retake this midpoint almost uncontested. The spam is coming over the choke, and there's so much damage onto Tobbs. Finally going to be able to back out, get healed up, and ready for this next push. They are going to not get the forward spawns, so still no damage at the choke. They can just walk in with the Zuber and force it off.
We talked about how Weebtunnel Tactics is a new team in Prem, and they, in my eyes, they kind of do rookie mistakes, especially Jimbo. I feel like he's a bit far forward compared to the rest of his team, a bit overextending, and like not as on the other map. This time, Ascent has a good read on the situation and actually manages to get overextending people on frags, converting them into frags. This is going to be another reset. Ubers are the same on both teams. It's now up to Ascent to try to make something happen because there's like 20 minutes left. Loli's Weeb squad isn't in a hurry yet. And Polygon, look at this, he's just bombing, trying to get Menti. He gets one rocket, but then gets cleaned by the pocket. And maybe Weebtunnel Tactics will try to make something happen as Ascent is actually giving up the choke.
Yakin going to be the first death as Sorex managed to get grab that one. Sorex now working his way through choke onto Jimbo, but Jimbo has got a lot of support, and he's going to be able to get that shot on Sorex, take him down. But Kradu immediately retaliates by taking down the Soldier Ignis, and Tobbs is taking so much pressure in the IT right now from Kradu and Samsky, but they are also very low in health, so they're going to be retreating, but they still do have that one-for-one exchange because Sorex being a little too far forward. Nice little bomb from Polygon to take his way to the sewer side, but he's going to back out and take a lot of spam. Doesn't get punished for jumping in for free.
Yaking is back on the sniper, so Samsky is a casualty onto the IT, but that shouldn't matter too much if Kradu stays alive. It's all gonna be again onto the sniper. Weebtunnel Tactics seems to be happy to slow down the rhythm of the game and just try to play to their own flow. But Elako just denies the push onto the show from Weebtunnel Tactics with the nice pipes onto Tobbs, and with the sniper up, I'm not sure Ascent should be aggressive right now.
Big bomb for Polygon coming onto the Menti. Menti gets juggled once again. He's going to crater. He has to force the Uber off because of all that damage that was done. Very good bomb from Polygon to force this Uber off, and now we do see full advantage on the side of Babs and Ascent, but they got to wait for their players because right now they do not have the numbers. But all of the Weebtunnel Tactics have backed off. Jimbo's actually a little far forward, disconnected from the rest of the team. They cycle back in and peek for a little bit. Samsky's on that sniper, gonna immediately get a headshot onto the players. A follow-up bomb from Tobbs trying to come in. He gets juggled by the scattergun shots. Cannot clean up onto Babs. Babs barely tickled by that round.
Kradu on the back row just got a crucial pick onto Jimbo, onto the demo man, so that could be the entry pick Ascent needed. Look at that, they're just letting Kradu on the cap and going on the first one. Uber is used onto Elako and Sorex. Elako is trying to go really deep onto the right side, putting some cap time on the point. Sentry's taken out right away, that's a really nice pick, crucial pick for Ascent, and now it's all about cap time. Menti dies. It's like really nice push from Ascent, and here I'm going to highlight Kradu's play because taking down Jimbo before the push was completely amazing.
Yeah, like I was saying, Jimbo was disconnected from the rest of his team. I don't know what he was doing so far forward there. He was setting up a trap, getting ready to get back into position with the rest of their team, but they lost their medic. They lost their Uber, rather. So they should have been staying in that defensive position, just peek their head in through the bats and then back out. Jimbo disconnected there, really big misplay. We're going into this mid now, both men getting primed for action. I wonder if Jimbo's going to hit his rollout this time, because twice now we've seen Elakor get that little ramp slide, and he's getting there much faster and landing the ramp slide. Jimbo getting it, but not much faster. So Elakor going to be having a little bit of an advantage in this mid fight, shooting some stickies over the top. Jimbo now rotating over to the right side. The bomb is coming in from Ignis, getting into position. Follow-up is Samsky knocking Menti into the air, and a follow-up from bomb from Polygon is going to be able to take him out of the choke point. Immediately gets retaliated by Yaking, and Elakor is disconnected from the rest of his team. Very far forward, but going to get out of the choke, getting healed up by Babs, who's also very low on health. Somehow, Weebtunnel Tactics took this mid, but lost their med.
Gink's on the call. He hasn't been spotted yet by the road team, but yeah, he finally gets down. They're just gonna settle for a cap on the mid. Jewel is coming. Kradu gets the one-on-one onto Yaking onto the IT and wins it, and that should maybe open the fight for Ascent. Menti only has 20% Uber, while Babs has a Uber fully charged, and now they just gotta let one scan on the cap. Maybe push from IT, so they could get really deep from the charge, but it looks like Elako wants to lead it from the choke, maybe with Polygon.
Bomb in from Samsky just to get eyes on what's going on before they work their way up the pipeline. You see Sorex make his way back. The bomb is coming in from Tobbs, getting so much damage on the Babs. Not going to be able to force off Sorex's very good passive scout play, and the rest of Weebtunnel Tactics have backed off. We see Yakin getting on that. No, he's decided to go with heavy, so this defensive play is just going to slow things down long enough to get the Uber because they're only 4 seconds away from grabbing it, and I think they're going to be pushing. Ascent is going to be pushing, and not recognizing the Uber is ready.
Oh, we've seen that mistake before if they push. We've seen that before, but actually, maybe they've actually learned from their mistake, and this time they're not going. Even Samsky isn't committing, so yeah, there has been a talk after the previous map. It looks like it because now they're not making that mistake. Yaking is on the sniper. He abandoned the heavy to go on the more deadly class if you can hit the shots in the head. And to be honest, when you're Ascent there, process is a very hard last to push when your Ubers are the same. When you're Ascent there, you should just chill and wait for Weebtunnel Tactics to make a really bad push.
Yaking! Oh my goodness, he's got the shot on that. Cannot line it up though. She's going to be hiding behind the point and gets met with by Elakor's hand there.
That was close. That was way too close.
He got in for free. That was such a mistake. He walked right past the sticky trap because Elakor wasn't watching it. and then had the lineup, but pressure was on. He couldn't get that shot off, unfortunately.
I'm surprised to see that Sorex died and no one came on spawn to make it to have enough class. I think that could have been a situation where you won't want to break the stalemates. And with gagging back on Scar, I think Weebtunnel Tactic will try to push out. Again, they're 2 down. It's like half of the timer has been spent already. Yeah, as I said, gagging somehow hurt me and it's back onto the sniper. King, stop doing that. I'm on land. You can't do that to me.
Yeah, there's a delay on the stream, right? Credo got to pick his way through the shutter. Does not get an opportunity to get in there, though. Just stops his eyes on it. But nice follow from Polygon and Samsky at the same time makes something happen. They did manage to pick up Yakking, but Samsky could not connect onto the medic Menti. Menti did take a lot of damage there, but is totally fine. And with both soldiers down, this is push territory. But Elcor is going to get a retaliation frag with that trap picking up tops, but there are still no traps, just a lot of sticky spam coming in through the lobby. Rotating down, he's trying to get out to Jimbo here. He's also throwing some stickies of his own to steady Elcor's hand, keep him from pushing too far forward, and Yakking has respawned on Sniper and is trying to line up a shot.
Samsky is gonna go into the line, maybe. Get a headshot to Yakking, that's nice. It's not enough to... He gets another headshot, that's really nice from Samsky. Just shot Ignis in the head. Maybe one pick isn't enough to push when the Ubers are the same, but looks like Polygon's trying to go really aggressive onto the right side, maybe draw some attention. But Uber's finally used by Menti? Why did he use? He's fully HP. I think I've missed something there. And now the Uber's finally used by Babs. It's such a better Uber for Ascent. 1 frag, 2 frags for Ascent.EU. That should be another round. What was happened? What happened onto the Weebtunnel attack? Again, we talked about rookie mistake, and it looks like it was one.
Yeah, I was watching the exchange between Polygon and I think Tobbs on the left side, so I completely missed what forced off Menti. That was very weird.
Well, if I'm honest, I think nothing forced Menti, and let's say it's land pressure.
Land pressure. I had that issue once where I would just accidentally right-click sometimes.
Yeah, maybe so that was that.
Maybe he has what I had when I was a buddy medic. We do see now going with this new mid. Jimbo, once again, so much faster, hits the ramp slide. Both demos getting there at the same time, though. Going to be exchanging pleasantries. They just stand still and shoot one sticky. And a nice little connect onto Sorex. Loses his buff there. Ignis, once again, in his favorite spot above the awning in the forward spawn. These guys are mirroring each other almost to a T. Elcor getting a palm by Ignis, but immediately Credu takes down Ignis. So Samsky is going to be jumping in from his side of the awning. Not able to connect on the players here. Tobbs taking so much pressure backing out of the choke here because there's no positioning on the side of it. Credu rushing forward with the help of Sorex. Now coming into the choke. Samsky's jumping in, gets a nice rocket onto Jimbo, but he's going to stay alive for just a moment longer there. But Elcor's rushed forward, hits a pipe onto Tobbs, who was able to pick up onto Polygon. No soldiers on the side of Ascent.
Sorex is on the prowl. He's trying to get Jimbo. He's finally getting arrowed by Menti, but that pressure was maybe enough to allow Ascent to get the Spire, but Jimbo doesn't agree. He goes in. Ignis just picks the auto and rollout, gets fragged, so is Yakking. And it's another bad Uber for the Weebtunnel Tactics. Sorex is chafing. With Elcor, can they do it? No! Elcor went so deep and get completely punished by Tobbs. And this is looking, again, a really weird fight that is going in favor of Ascent. It's 4v5 now. People have respawned onto Weebtunnel Tactics. And this should be another reset. But the Weebtunnel Tactics, do they have the time to have another reset? I don't think so. They have to try something new now.
Only 12 minutes left in this map and this match for that matter. So it is all eyes on Weebtunnel Tactics to try and make a comeback here. They can't afford to play defensively here. They do have a sizable advantage, not major, enough to pop a maneuver right out the choke as soon as they get it and chase down the medic. But they do have an advantage, and they're going to be working with it right now as they work their way. Really good building. They have a 33% ad now. Jumping in is going to be the player Tobbs as he makes his way over to the choke point here. He's getting flashed, but not able to connect onto it. Bloodis was an exchange by Elcor before getting retaliated by Jimbo. Nice pipe there. But Babs is going to get the Uber right away, and they're not going to get any forward spawns, but they will get their numbers in a moment, and they still have that Uber ad.
And Samsky's on Sniper, so again, Sniper is going to deny one night at least. But Ignis doesn't care, he just double bombs it. Woo! And Samsky gets a head onto Menti. That's a really good pick for Samsky, and that should just be it. For Ignis trying to go for Babs, but gets cleaned up like once again by Credu, really looking after his medic there. And Yakking on his own onto sewers is not going to live forever, and the Spire should be in favor of Ascent in a matter of seconds now.
This is very bad. Very bad indeed for Weebtunnel Tactics as the retake is coming on Spire, but Jimbo's trap able to pick up on Samsky and Polygon at the same time. Nobody was checking the spots. It might have been hidden very sneakily on top of the ramp or perhaps on the point. That frag is going to slow down Ascent's push because they do have the Uber, but they do not have the numbers. That means you can't push.
Yeah, Gink is on Sniper again.
But they push!
Are they going? It's 4v6. Yeah, but they have the Uber, so maybe why not? Sorry, just using all the Uber to just remove the stickies on the point. Okay, can we talk about another questionable Uber there? Because what was the point?
I really don't know what Ascent was hoping to get there. They got onto the point, but Weebtunnel is not to be trifled with. They stopped the point, and now Polygon is going to be getting onto tops here. Gets juggled in the air, is going to die, get the air shot connect. No! It was so close. But he will crater at the choke point. That was a very nice flick from Polygon, but it did not connect. Unfortunately, Samsky now getting met up with the rest of the team. Babs did get the forward spawn, so they are going to kill the tops, getting a position onto the rock here. Sees the bomb from Samsky, but Jimbo lays a carpet of stickies, and it's going to be the end of that. Ignis does get picked off, though, by Elicor's trap there.
That was a nice bomb from Ignis. He almost got the Babs off guard, but finally the splash saves the medic, and it's kind of weird to see that Ascent has such inconsistency within a map. Like, sometimes they have a really good read on administration, sometimes they do really weird stuff, but Jimbo really going really aggressively. Menti has the Uber. If they can get the Spire really quickly, maybe they could get a favorable trade onto last. Babs is only on 80% if they go quick, but it doesn't look like they're aware of the Uber ad they have, and Babs is probably going to get a Uber in time.
That she will, and now Ubers are even on both sides. There's 8 minutes left in this round, and it is a current 3-0 lead on the side of Ascent. Big bomb from Ignis going to come around, wrap onto Babs, but cannot connect it. Yaking also went down as he made his way through the choke, and now as a result, we do see Ascent getting into position here. Bombing it up is Samsky. He gets struggled, taken down, very low health by Tobbs. Very nice rockets from him. Polygon is sitting on the point, but he's also very low. Takes an arrow and is going to stay alive for just a little longer. Initiation from Tobbs is going to actually force off the Zuber as Polygon wraps the Zuber. He's going to come back and do this exchange in a moment now. As we do see Jimbo trying to jump away, but doesn't. Finally does, but no, he dies to his own avail. And Polygon was in the sewer, able to pick up an Amenti and a bullet from Elicor and Sorix. It's going to clean up everyone to choke. It is going to be a retake on second, but Ignis is in position once again in the IT upper balance.
Both holders are IT. Tobbs maybe trying to... Oh, Samsky gets taken down by Ignis by a really basic trap somehow, but Ignis finally gets cleaned up by Polygon onto the backlines. And 3 players up for Weebtunnel Tactics. It's risky, but they have to somehow fight for a long time and maybe get back in it. But now Babs at 30% add 2 people dead. No soldiers on Weebtunnel Tactics. It's going to be really hard to deny entry onto the choke, and has to take advantage of that.
Menti throwing a few arrows over to the choke just to try and land a little bit of damage before the rest of the players can come in. Jimbo going to be able to pick up on Sorix here in the lobby, staying alive. So that pick is actually going to give him a little bit of freedom here to spam some pipes over to the point. He's got a trap right by the battlements, so he can keep eyes on players pushing it, but they don't care about it. They have full Uber, and they're rotating to the ramp room. No, they decide to go with the shutter here. Now Elicor is leading the push. There are no traps to worry about. They're working their way in, but the pop comes off right away, and the Uber is just about ready for Menti to come back and retaliate right away. We do see Tops taking the Uber now, rushing forward, trying to deny Elicor's escape, but he goes a little bit too slow, decides to go around the long way, and now Polygon is even going to come in. He gets taken down, though, finally by Yaking, and that pick is going to open the door for some potential here.
I like how Ascent is, in a way, they're trying to be really aggressive, which is good, but they won't be able to, like, they should be able to be patient as well, and maybe this is the opportunity for them to try something maybe more conservative, while in the meantime, Top is completely caught off in the backline and dies, and Weebtunnel Tactics, being 3 down and only 6 minutes left, is trying to do stuff that can't work. And Respawn are coming with the persons of Ignis and Jimbot onto last. Maybe that will be enough to hold, but Elicor is just holding one door perfectly. Fee gets really, really low, and he can't really fight anymore. He gets down, he gets like 29, no heals onto Weebtunnel Tactics, and the Uber has been used by Babs. Cleanup players are coming on their way, and that's now 4-0 for Ascent.EU. This is GG. Unless
there
go
is
really
a comeback.
quick.
It's got to be really hard. It's very difficult for this to happen, but it is absolutely possible to win a round in a minute 30.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe
less than a minute 30.
I'm holding my horses now.
So they could get 4 rounds in a row. It's very unlikely, but I do want to point out, if Ascent takes the next round, that will be it. A win difference of 5 is all it takes for this map to end. And right now, all eyes are on Ascent. Can they hold on to this lead, or will Weebtunnel Tactics retaliate with a few rounds of their own? You see Jimbo hitting the ramp very nicely, a little bit before Elicor here, and is now going to get a little bit of freedom onto Sewer here, getting so much room to shoot these stickies and lay them at their feet. Slowed on the player. I did hear a sniper on the side of Samsky, who was able to get some damage onto Bloodus, and the bomb is coming in from Ignis. He'll take it down. And a nice little juggle onto Sorix, who's going to stay alive, but Jimbo walked forward, took down Elicor and Polygon at the same time. Is going to get retaliated. One little pipe is all it takes to take down Sorix, and Kradu is in a 1v1 right now against Yakink, who will be able to finish that off. And it is Babs, the only player left alive, all the way at her last.
Yeah,
they haven't even capped mid.
Yeah, she can escape. Yeah, Samsky was a sniper. He hit a really nice headshot onto Bloodies, but got taken right away by Ignis. What I'm saying there, Jimbo is doing really aggressive onto the second point. He's getting juggled a bit by Samsky, and he's going back to mid. Maybe Ascent can fight this back. This is going to be even. And all they have to do now is wait forever to win the map.
It's all tactics to win this round, but as a result, Weebtunnel Tactics know they have to push forward here. Time is of the essence, and a bomb is coming in from Tobbs. The Force is able to go off on both sides, and everyone's just running away. They came together and had an elastic collision and backed out. Ignis is now going to be taken out by Kradu, though, getting pistoled down inside of the lobby, or the IT rather. Sam's going to be wrapping his way through. Spams a shot, and a follow-up bomb from Polygon is going to take all of this mid. Right now, Ascent is taking it for free. There's no resistance whatsoever, and the recap happens.
Well, when you're Weebtunnel Tactics now, it's really hard to still have some momentum going, because you can't win anymore, and this series is over anyway. Tobbs tried to go for a nice rocket to strike, but nearly missed it. Uber is Uber advantage in the end of maps, and even though Kradu died, oh no, Polygon died as well in the flank, and Samsky is really close to die as well. What's going on? Look at Yaki, he's just pressing W all the way, trying to get back. He's in the backline now, trying to go for Babs onto the flank. She had the Uber, she doesn't use, and nice rocket from Samsky just completely denies the aggression from Yaki.
But Jimbo is able to get a nice little pipe onto Elicor there, and that's going to open the door for this push to at least try and get their way in. You see a bomb from Tobbs. He does back off to the sewers, but he needs to get it with the rest of his team because they have a demo man advantage right now on this point, and they've just forced off their Uber, and they're not even going for the medic. Babs does push the Uber off. Now rushing forward to Sorix, who is able to pick up on the Tobbs. Following on to Menti, it's one little shot, it's all it takes. He ducks behind the rock. 3 HP is all it's going to take. Sorix finally cleans it up. On to Menti, no heals on the side of Weebtunnel Tactics. He's rushing into the Force face of 2 scouts, able to clean that up. Bloodus doing very good work with the help of his teammates, Yakking.
Yeah, that was okay. Before map, we talked about how it would be hard for soldiers to get Babs, and that just goes to show that it's really, really hard because Kradu and Sorix are so focused on preserving the life of their medic. Like, I don't think she died that much, to be honest, compared to Menti again, and. This is gonna be another ad for Babs. I felt like I've said that a couple times already, but she always had the Uber compared to Menti, and it looks like Ascent is trying to go aggressive through Polygon and Samsky are through as well as his Elicor, and Ignis tried to go for a jump onto Abba, but got completely denied, and he has to fall back. There's a duel going on. And look at Polygon trying to go over aggressive onto Jimbo, but to no avail. And now this is looking a bit more grim for Ascent. They don't have to take this fight. Sorix dies as well. This is getting a bit messy now. We're not gonna hold a grudge onto these players. I mean, the map is basically over, but yeah, this is a bit more messy than it used to be before.
Bloodish rushing in from the sewers, trying to get onto Elicor, but gets forced off with the help of Babs, popping an Uber to save him just for a moment. Ignis now jumping out through the choke, gonna stay alive, get arrowed up. Weebtunnel Tactics has a chance to come back in here. Ignis is all the way back at the full. Meets up with Samsky, it's a nice little shot onto him, but Samsky jumps in, doing a little bit of damage onto Jimbo and Menti, but they're gonna stay alive. Jimbo going really far forward now, throws a sticky at the choke, just to lock those players out. And there's a nice little sneaky trap on the right side of the choke. I don't think anyone's gonna notice it for just a moment. They're gonna jump over the stickies, but they do not pop, and Bloodus is gonna stay alive for just a moment. Follow-up bomb from Polygon is going to be able to force off the Uber onto Menti, and now he's at 8 HP, finally gets cleaned up by Bloodus, taking a little shot around the corner, and there's a sentry underneath the point that finally got cleaned up, and Weebtunnel can take this round, potentially, but there's an Uber ad on the side of Ascent.
They're not playing for honor and pride. I mean, they don't care anymore, they can't win anymore. It's all about who's going to get the most frags or most damage in the end, it's like within. Good contact. Ignis jumping onto the point, just pushing Enako out of it. It was used by Babs onto Sorex, and the frags are getting cleaned up. Only Yaking, look at him, he's just dropped into
No one's gonna check.
the reservoir.
No, he checked.
Enako with the hack, just check Gink and pre-fires him. What is that strange hack again?
Very nice job. A very good game sense from Elicor to make sure no shenanigans happen. They're saying, no, we're going to win the 4-0. You're not going to get a single round from us in this best of 2.
That's the spirit. That's what we want to see. No mercy, even on
no
land.
mercy on land. That's right. Samsky now rotating over through IT. Going to be meeting up with Ignis, who's wrapping.
Oh! Enako with a sick double pipe onto tops! That was insane!
And a follow-up from Menti, having a shot onto Sorks with the arrow there, slowing things down, trying to take more arrows, getting more frags. This is all that Menti can do here. Yakin going to get a snipe onto Samsky. The force is off, and that is going to be the round. Finally, that is it. 4-0, a total of 6 rounds in 2 maps. Ascent takes the lead with 2 rounds in their first grind.
Yeah, and in
the Insomnia seeding rounds. So we're going to be coming back with the analysts after we set the stream. Do not panic. No panic basket in chat. We're going to reset the stream and then do an analysis with our casters on the desk at the couch.